Welcome to the IAMCP Profiles and Partnership, the podcast that showcases how Microsoft partners and IAMCP members boost their business by collaborating with other members and partners. I'm your co-host, Anthony Carano, and in each episode I'll be talking to some of the most innovative and successful partners in the Microsoft ecosystem. The International Association of Microsoft Channel Partners, otherwise known as IAMCP, is a community of Microsoft partners who help each other grow and thrive. Members can find and connect with other partners locally and globally and access exclusive resources and opportunities. Whether you're looking for new customers, new markets, or new solutions, IMCP can help you achieve your goals. We'll hear their stories, learn from their experiences, and discover the best practices and strategies they use to increase customer loyalty and grow revenues. Whether you're a new partner or an established one, you'll find valuable insights and inspiration in this podcast. We hope you enjoy this podcast and find it useful and inspiring. If you do, please subscribe, rate, and review us on your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to follow us on social media and connect with us on our website, www.profilesandpartnership.com, where you can find information, resources, and opportunities to partner for success. Thank you for listening. Now let's get started with today's episode. But before we dive into our interview, let me ask you, as a Microsoft partner and member of the IAMCP, how do you find and develop partner relationships that will help you grow your business? Finding the right partner can be challenging, but can also be rewarding. In fact, according to a channel profitability study, Microsoft partners derive margins 19% higher than the next closest competitor. That's a huge difference, and it shows the power of partnering. So how do you leverage the Microsoft Partner Network and IMCP to support your partnerships? And how do you ensure success for your customer? These are some of the questions we'll explore in this podcast with the help of our guest, a recent P2P Award nominee and APAC finalist who is also an expert in partnering. He'll share stories, challenges, and successes and give you practical tips and advice on how to partner for success. Are you ready to join us on this journey? Then stay tuned because we have a great show for you today. Our guest is Shoaib Kudsi, the CEO at Alif Consulting, a leading Microsoft partner that has empowered over 50 IT partners to keep them well informed and equipped with the latest advancements in technology. Let's hear what he has to say. Welcome, Shoaib, to the podcast today. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, thanks, Anthony. Thanks, Rudy.
Excellent. Well, let's start off and tell us a little bit about yourself and your role in the company.
Absolutely. So, hey, hi, my name is Shoaib Kudsi, and I'm the founder and the CEO at Alif Consulting. So, I lead our efforts, to empower Microsoft partner ecosystem. We are very passionate and we are very enthusiastic to empower the partner ecosystem to lift up the efforts that we all put in to empower our customers on the Microsoft ecosystem space.
Now, you guys do a lot of really unique things, for the partner community. Maybe, to start off, show up, just maybe tell us a little bit about, some of those things. And what I'm really interested in, especially, as you share about those things, is how did you come up with this idea?
So Anthony, now it's an interesting story, correct? So I was working with one of the biggest distributor in Middle East and Africa, and those were the days where the Azure data center was getting launched. So Microsoft and distributor used to push partners that sell Azure, sell Dynamics, sell Power Platform, but most of the time, specifically into the SMB space, the partner used to come up that Shoaib, days are gone where we sell products like active directory or sql on relationship. Now whenever we go to customer to sell any of these technologies, they ask the question, what challenge does it solve? And to answer all of these questions, we need technical expertise like a solution architect or a pre-sales engineer, but we cannot afford to have like these people on bench because they are very difficult to find and they are very expensive. And this was a common reason across the partner ecosystem. So this what helps us to ignite an idea that why don't we start something which really change the way we look at the partner ecosystem. We being back in India where there are big support system for Microsoft and we have very talented engineer, why don't we only be the technical arm for the partners? Because see, like partners in the US, in the Europe, in Africa, or across the globe, They know the language, they have relationship with the customer, they know the law as well. But the only thing that they lack is technical capabilities, and that's where we come into play, and we be their technical extended arm.
Maybe if you could share a little bit, because I really want to hear about like the company's area of specialization, the areas where you fit, and how like you saw that as addressing some of the gaps that you saw in that ecosystem for partners.
Absolutely. So now, Anthony, see now where we fit everywhere in the entire ecosystem. Now, if you see the way market is changing, like we the technology is growing very fast. Correct now, we had cloud. Now we have AI, and AI is moving very fast. So where we fit all across the partner ecosystem, because Microsoft is changing. Microsoft is putting a lot of pressure to the partners, to the distributor, to make sure that they add value to their customers. So how we come into play, that we don't only tell customer or partner that you use our extended technical arm once you get the business, because getting the business is a second stage, but the first stage is the partner need to go and talk to the customer and tell him what solutions they offer. So we help partner right from pre-sales. So imagine if a partner comes and say that, hey Shoaib, we have something on Copilot, or we have something on Dynamics, or maybe Azure. Our qualified pre-sales go on a call with the customer as a white label services from a partner side. They take the requirement, they give solution to the customer. We help partner responding to the RFP, RFQ. We create solution document. We create demos for the customer on behalf of the partner as a white label services. So the chances of partner getting those deal becomes very high, because a really qualified engineer is going and partner is not spending anything. And then once we get the deal, we work hand in hand with the partners in order to deliver services in terms of implementation or in terms of managed services. So what we say, in short, that we ask partner, your duty is just to go ahead and get the customers, where from pre-sales till implementation and managed services, we do end to end.
Hmm. Really appreciate you sharing that, Shoaib, because I know just even in looking at like the partner story, I mean, you guys provide some really unique offerings, and so I appreciate you sharing that background. And I know we really want to get into the story. Rudy.
Yeah, so Shoaib, you did turn in a story to the IMCP for the P2P awards. I noticed that you worked with a variety of partners. I think I saw something like 25 different partners. So, can you share with us a little bit about some of the deals that you worked on? You don't have to give us customer names or anything, but some of the partners that you may have worked with, the industries you've worked with, the challenges and the technologies that you were implementing. And that'll give us a pretty good idea of the scope of your business. And we'd appreciate that story.
Sure, Rudy. So, Rudy, now, yes, last year we worked with close to 25 partners and two distributors across the globe. This year's the number is like 50 partner now. So, yeah, and that was the first time we competed in IMCP, and I'm very happy that we were one of the finalists. There were a lot of incidents, like we worked right from a migration from on-premises to Azure, then D365, Azure Virtual Desktop, Business Central, SharePoint, and Power Platform. But I'll tell you, I mean, I can give you a couple of unique stories. One was with the distributor. So there is one distributor in South Africa where they have two line of business. One was the licensing part, and one was the services part, and both used to work, in isolated with each other. So Microsoft introduced us, and the whole intention of Microsoft was to promote or to push customer from business premium to E3 or to E5. Now the distribution channel was facing a lot of difficulty, and there was a lot of dependency, because there is a huge cost difference between business premium E3 and E5. We come into play. We offered free security assessment for the partner's customer. So we did like 500 plus security assessment. And with this assessment, we generated a report where we showed customer their adoption, what all services they have, but they are not using, their security score. So in this way, we used to give a detailed report to the customer that you guys are using third party services, where you have Intune, where you have Defender, where your security score is not good. So why you guys are investing in other things, whereas in you have inbuilt tools from Microsoft? And we then explained solution like Azure ADP2, which is like Entra ID now. We gave them a solution like Purview, like how they can achieve their HIPAA or ISO compliance. In that way, out of 500 assessment, we were able to upscale 200 customers on E3 and E5. In this way, the distributor, they got licensing upgrade and then they got services upgrade as well. So it's a win-win situation for all. And then second incident was the sure step program Microsoft used to run, that there are partners who are selling Azure and M, but they don't sell Dynamics, and vice versa. So in this way, we took a batch of like 50 partners, and we ran a campaign that we will help them to sell from M365 and Azure to Dynamics. And now we started this campaign where we trained like the 50 partners what is Dynamics, because they don't know anything about Dynamics except the name on Business Central side. Then we trained them to get certification, their team got certified. Then we started hunting their customers. We used to do webinars and one-on-one session to their customers, that how what is Dynamics and how that will add value. Unfortunately, we got a lot of deals from that, where of course the distribution and Microsoft got the numbers for licensing, and the partners were very happy because now they have added a one unique capability, which is of Business Central under their belt.
You've got a very unique service for partners and a very much needed service. Do you ever find yourself in a competitive situation where you might have multiple partners going after the same type of business, and how do you handle some of those issues?
I mean, yes, competitive in the sense. See now, the quality that we offer. So we never got into a situation where multiple partners are, because in the space of Microsoft, there is so much to achieve. Like for example, and I'm very glad to see that now Microsoft is leading the Gartner quadrant all across. You talk about Dynamics, you talk about Sentinel, you talk about M365. So I mean, we never found a stage where we have a competitive situation from any other partner, or there are multiple partners in our customer space. We always, I mean, for us, one of the most difficult thing was providing unique. I mean, our partners, they always come in a hurry that Shoaib, we need Azure solution architect, maybe like tomorrow is a call. Or same goes with Dynamics, or same goes with M365, that we have a customer call tomorrow and we to ally a solution architect. I mean, that is challenging for us sometime, but again, due to the unique offering that we have, we are able to manage it somehow, and yes, we win that with the customer, with the partner.
Do you specialize in any particular industry segment, SMB, mid market, or enterprise? Where do you see your company really fitting in the best?
See, for now, Rudy, of course, SMB and mid SMB is an area, because those are the places where the partners face a lot of challenges in technical skills. Having said that, we also have couple of partners who work on the enterprise segment, but mostly as SMB and mid SMB is an area where we cater to.
Now, that's definitely a very growth area for Microsoft is the SMB space, and so any particular industry that you find your team really specializing in, manufacturing, distribution, energy, any particular one?
So surprisingly, Rudy, we almost work in all the industry, because our partners comes from all the segments. Some of them are specialized in healthcare, some of them are specialized in manufacturing, hospitalities, and other area. And the unique thing about the SMB space, I mean, Microsoft have something called as the unmanaged partners, and there is a huge chunk in that unmanaged partner space. So we manage those unmanaged partner, and fortunately, they are across the segment, except Dynamics, where it becomes segment specific. Solution like Azure and M365 and Power Platform and SharePoint, they go across the segment.
Very good, Anthony. I know you have some more questions.
Yeah, I think if I got this number correctly, Shoaib, you mentioned like last year you was working with about 30 partners. Now it's about 50. Is that about? Did I hear that correctly?
Yes.
What do you attribute that increase to?
Fortunately, we are getting a lot of reference from our partner ecosystem. Although that is very surprising to us, because we thought that our partner will always be very candid with the services arm that they are using. But
Hmm.
more than 50% of our partners, they are added via reference. And in fact, a lot of time Microsoft and distributor introduce us to other partner space, because as I told you, we are working with two distributor, one in Africa and one in Middle East, and they refer us to a lot of partners. And again, once we get into the system, I think we really add value, and that keeps both of us motivating.
Do you have like a criteria, and what is it for like agreeing to forge a partnership with a company?
See, our only criteria, can Anthony, is the partner should be very hungry for business. I mean, we know that the market is huge, specifically in the US space. More than 50% of the entire Microsoft ecosystem business is driven by the US. So the region is very fascinating. The area, and again, the SMB space, as I told you, Microsoft is putting a lot of focus, and there's a lot of penetration that needs to be done. So for us, the only criteria is a partner should be very hungry for business, and it should take this partnership very seriously.
Well, let me ask then this, because you're sharing a lot of really great things about the company. What about like you personally as a CEO? Are there certain type of projects that as we like to say here in Texas, get your chili hot, get you excited, and that you like things that you really enjoy? Because you guys do so many, you cover so many different areas. Is there some particular things that you're like, either types of either technology or certain type of problem solved or certain industries that you really that get you personally excited?
Again, yes, Anthony, definitely. So data is something that I'm very excited about. Again, AI will come in place, but data, I think, it's very important, because in a lot of segment, in a lot of company, we have seen that data is segregated all across the space. Companies are using various data sources, different databases, and they are not getting the right analytics what they are expecting.
Yeah.
So we are following a practice now where we are going to the company, we are taking that data, integrating with Azure Synapse, and then with the help of Power Platform and Power BI, we are really making value of that data, which can really help the decision maker, to define the strategies. So that's an
Hmm.
area which I'm really excited about.
Hmm. Can you share with us like it doesn't have to maybe a not necessarily the client name, you don't have to share the partner name, but an example of where you and another partner collaborated, addressing a data concern?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So there is a one big chain of hotel, and they work across the globe, and they had data from different sources, because they operate in different countries, different set of customers. So data was really a big challenge for them, because they were not able to understand that what are their peak season, off peak season, what customers like, what they don't like, how much business we are getting from room stay, how much business we are getting from the restaurants, how much business we are getting from events, what are the area of opportunities, what are the areas that they need to invest. And there were a lot of challenges, and the business owner, they used to spend days in looking into data and taking correct decisions. So what we did was, again, it was a 9 months project for us to collaborate with them. But once we get into the system, we took the entire data from different data sources. It was SQL, it was Mongo, it was MySQL. There were different databases, different data sources that we took. We collected the entire data, we processed that data in Azure Synapse, and with that Synapse, we integrated the Power Platform, and we created amazing Power BI dashboard. And we, in fact, added all the filters that they needed in order for us to give them the correct trends as per customers. And this was really valuable, because see, for a business owner, or for decision makers, I mean, it's very important for them to make key decisions, because it's all about the investments and the forecasting that they're going to do. So this was one of the unique example, and this gave us a lot of strength in terms of our capabilities in data and AI.
Now that's fascinating. Now, what about on the flip side, like when you were with this data and AI, project that you're working on with a partner? Did you guys have any challenges during the engagement? And if so, what were they, and how'd you guys work together to overcome it?
Yeah. So there were a lot of challenges, absolutely. I mean, with every project there are unique set of challenges, and this was a new project. So one of the big challenges was that the owners and the decision makers were having huge high expectations from us, because they were expecting that once we get this, this is what we needed in order to plan. So we always were under pressure that we need to prove ourselves in order to get them what they're looking out for. And second challenge was, we had to communicate with multiple departments. We had to talk with finance, the HR, the restaurant staff, the hotel staff, and so many different teams were engaged. So getting the availability for all of them, getting the required access, and this is something, I mean, and there was no preset solution for this, correct? Because I mean, this is not a solution like create an M365 solution or an Azure solution. It was like we need to visualize everything that what they are expecting and then create those dashboard as per their expectation. I mean, we need to adapt it in such a way that it was fascinating and challenging at the same time, but there was immense amount of learning, and the outcome, it was amazing.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I just got like one more question. I want to like piggyback on the challenges, and this more of like a step back because you guys do work with so many partners. How would it be some advice that you would have for others who are looking to kind of build out their partner channel, like just some practical tips, recommendations that when you encounter a challenge in a project, like working together, what are some things that you would recommend to work through those challenges?
So, Anthony, for me, I think I will not give any suggestion on project challenges, because that will vary case to case. But for someone who's looking out, or who's want to enter the same space that we are, I really would advise them to try to give value adds to the partner, because only providing technical resources or act as a technical backend arm, that will not set us apart from the others. But I think partner nowadays, they need value add. Like for us, we help partners achieve solution partner designation, advanced specialization, because technical arm, I think there are a lot in the market who are ready to do that, but partners, they really need value in terms of how they can get new customers, how they can get new batches. I think those were the really key things that someone should focus on.
So, Shoaib, I'm going to dive deep into the partnering experience because I've had a lot of experience partnering with people all over the globe, and I know that can be challenging at times because communication is very important in working with the partner, and then you have the customers on top of that. So there's layers of communication that need to take place. So, in any engagement, what does your company do to help the partner drive customer satisfaction? I know you mentioned partners need to be hungry for revenue, so we understand that revenue growth is always important. But how do you work together with partners to ensure that the customers' goals are being met, that you provide the value add, and that the overall customer satisfaction is there? And then how do you document that as well?
Very important question, Rudy. I think this will really, I mean, this is very important in the entire partner ecosystem journey, because although if there is any company who's providing good technical services, who's very strong in technology, and they are cost effective as well, but eventually the customer is not happy, partner will not like that kind of partnership. So what we do, Rudy, see, on one side, as I told you, we help partner in getting the business in terms of pre-sales documentation. On the other side, we give partner a dedicated project manager or an account manager, and then we have at the back end we have the technical team. I mean, how what is the value that we add, or how we make sure that the customer is happy with two things. One is the quality of technical engineers that we give. All of our technical engineers, if you're talking about level 3 and above, everyone will be solution architect level certified in the technology they are working. It can be Azure, it can be AI, it will be Dynamics, it can be SharePoint. We make sure that we give quality and premium quality engineers to our customer, and this is how the customer are happy. And on the other side, we give them a dedicated project manager. So I mean, daily, I mean, I think communication is very important, because in every project, issues can happen in terms of delay, in terms of technical delivery. But I think if the communication is on time, I think customers understand that. So on one side, we mitigate it by giving quality technical engineer, but on the other side, we have our qualified project managers who make sure that there are seamless communication, and customer, either they get what they are expecting, or either they get an answer that when they'll get it, or when things will happen.
No, communication is so important in dealing with both levels, and that's part of the maturity of your business as well. So I'm glad to see that you do all those things. It's very important. In kind of closing, we've asked you a lot of questions. What advice do you give companies? Some are like going to be like yours or like your partners that you work with, that would help them grow their experience in partnering and make them better partners.
I mean, for me, as I told you, like giving value adds is really important. I mean, in specifically in the partner ecosystem of Microsoft, partners are expecting a lot more than technical hand. If you talk about that, if I'll just go to the market and say that, hey, I will be your technical extended arm, partners will not entertain that. But I think giving value add to partners in terms of helping them in achieving their solution partner designation, or helping them achieving advanced specialization, Azure expert, MSP. I mean, empowering partners to achieve more and to cover more is something that will play a key as a differentiator, to stand apart. And I think that's what helped us in getting the finalist in the IMCP space. And that is what helped us in getting so many satisfied partners, because we deliver a lot more value other than providing technical services.
How long have you been a member of IMCP?
Oh, wow. So we started in 2021. I
Okay.
mean, when we started in the ecosystem, we were not aware, but later on, we thought that, and we came to know that IAMCP is the biggest, platform where a lot of Microsoft partner meets, and that's what excited us to join the IAMCP.
Glad to see it. I've been a member for almost 30 years now. That's why I
Wow.
had to ask that question. It's dear people, you need to catch up, really. But I'm very glad to see, because I worked with a lot of partners in India to get India part of becoming members of IAMCP many years ago. So it's exciting to see the growth of that community and the participation, especially. So thank you
Absolutely.
very much for being a member.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you.
sir.
Anthony?
Yeah, no, and you mentioned something about right there at the end about empowering partners, and you've been kind of holding out on us here this podcast, this episode. So you've got quite an extensive channel about on educational empowerment on YouTube. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So Anthony, see now, we believe in empowering partners, and and in fact, not us. Microsoft, I mean, believes, because Microsoft has more than 400,000 partners across the globe, and I think more than 90% of Microsoft revenue is partner driven. And Microsoft spends a lot in empowering partner, and we add our piece to it. So I mean, we don't only empower partners by providing them technical training on certification, but we also empower them that on our YouTube, you'll see that we have more than 250 plus video. So
Mm-hmm.
we call Microsoft experts from different space. It can be from the Microsoft company, it can be from distributor, or it can be the MVPs. We call MVPs from different specialization, like from Copilot, from AI, from data, and they share like what are their key insights. Because imagine if a Microsoft partner is coming on our YouTube channel, we make sure that once he see a series of videos, there is a lot of value that he gets out of it. And they, I mean, they can set their vision that which direction they should head towards.
Mm-hmm. And the name of the channel?
Yeah, I mean, it's with our name, Alif Consulting. They can just go to YouTube and type Alif Consulting,
Uh-huh.
and they get all the videos out there.
Yep, and we will have that link in the show notes. And on that note, what are some other ways that people can find out about you and Alif Consulting, and how can they connect with you?
So I think apart from channel, we have recently launched a new LinkedIn page, which is the part Alif's Microsoft Partner Accelerator. It has just been launched, but I think there is a lot of exciting news. So I mean, partner do not have to go anywhere for latest Microsoft news. They can just visit our, they can just follow our LinkedIn page, and they will be able to get all the updates what's happening in the Microsoft partner ecosystem.
Excellent, and we'll have that link in the show notes. For our guest. Well, show up. This was great. This was really insightful. Appreciate all you and your team's contributions to the Microsoft community, and for being a guest with us today. Once again, thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Anthony. Thanks, Rudy. It was a pleasure talking to you guys, and I really would like to thank you that you guys are taking an opportunity, giving your time, and getting people like us on this show, and this really helps us, to be together.
Thank you so much. You have a great day.
Thank you, guys.
Wow, that was a great episode. I really appreciate Shoaib for coming on and just sharing a lot of the insights from his experiences, especially with their fairly unique model and their contributions to the Microsoft ecosystem, at large. There were several things I took away. Rudy, how about yourself?
Well, I agree with you that it was a very enlightening interview with Shoaib and very insightful. And one of the things that I took away from him was not only does his company provide technical resources, certified technical resources to the SMB and mid market space, and some to the enterprise space as well. But the business processes that he's put in place to deliver value adds to guarantee customer satisfaction and improve communications for their partners. So the fact that they provide dedicated project managers to the projects themselves helps increase customer satisfaction, because project managers are there to communicate with customers on all the milestones that are being achieved, helping address any challenges that take place. And that really is a significant value add to those partners who don't have those resources available.
On that theme, just about the empowering partners to do more. So, in addition to his services, one of the things that really stood out to me as well was just, when he was talking about, and I've seen on his YouTube channel, that just with all the tailored educational programs and the fact that they bring a lot of really cutting edge insights from different Microsoft MVPs, on his YouTube channel. I think he mentioned he has 240 videos or something like that. So what a great way for partners to be able to enhance their competitiveness, as well as gain the knowledge and the insights to help position themselves, as technology leaders. And so I find just giving away all those educational resources and insights to just be yet another great value add to help empower partners to do more.
He definitely has his finger on the pulse on the depth and breadth of the Microsoft channel. In closing, I want to thank everyone for joining us on this episode of IAMCP Profiles in Partnership, powered by Dunamis Marketing. We hope you enjoyed this podcast and find it useful and inspiring. If you did, please subscribe, rate, and review us on your favorite podcast platform. One of the best ways to partner for success is to join IAMCP, a community of Microsoft partners who help each other grow and thrive. IAMCP members can find and connect with other partners locally and globally and access exclusive resources and opportunities. Whether you're looking for new customers, new markets, or new solutions, IAMCP can help you achieve your goals. To learn more, visit the website at www.iamcp.org.